welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing with you a little demo slash review on the Urban Decay Naked Flushed Palette. But before I get started, I'm sure you guys can already tell that I changed my hair again, like I said in my last video. I've been really having like a hair crisis lately and I have not known what to do with my hair. So I just went ahead and got all the back cut off because I was literally so annoyed with having long hair in the back. I felt like I was being followed around all day by this annoying hair. So I had to shave it, had to cut it, but I didn't want to shave it all the way, so I left a little bit of length on top. The color hasn't been done yet, so don't judge the color in these like grow out. Like, look at this grow. It's like half of my hair's grow out roots. It's disgusting. So I have an appointment in a couple weeks to make my hair a different color, but I don't know if I want to tell you guys yet. I kind of want it to be a surprise. What do you guys think? Got it cut, got the side shaved, but the back shaved. I kind of like how it looks a lot better because I feel like I can breathe and it's a lot more summery. And I felt like I was looking a little bit too feminine having that hair, even though I like to wear a full face of makeup. I like to balance it out with a little bit of femininity and masculinity. So enough talking about my hair. Let's get started with the review on this gorgeous palette right here. So I have it in the shade Native because it comes in 4 different colors, I believe. And I'm gonna go ahead and swatch them and show you guys the pigment. This is the blush. As you can see, it's really, really bubblegummy pink. And then, so this is the highlight. It's a little bit more of like a pinky undertone highlight, but it's not like super pink. It just doesn't really have any yellow in it. So you probably don't want to use this if you're darker skin tone because it might turn gray and ashy on you. But for ghost like me, this is a nice highlight. Alright, then let me show you the bronzer color. So this is the bronzer right here. As you can see, it's a little bit more of like a warmer shade, so it's not going to be good for contouring at all because it will not create a shadow. All it's going to do is bring warmth to the skin. So this is a good shade right here because it isn't too orange or too light that it's not going to like work. It's like the perfect shade, as you can see on my cheeks, to give me a natural bronze glow, but nothing like too crazy. Anyways, so if you guys want to see me actually use this palette and apply it, go ahead and keep watching so you guys can see my review and opinion. Okay, so I already finished my foundation, concealer, brows, and mascara off camera. I really didn't want to make this video too long, so I'm only going to show you the application of this palette by itself. Also, just so you guys know, there really isn't an order that you have to apply these pigments, but the way that I think about it, I like to work from the bottom up just so that everything looks pulled up and lifted. So when I apply it, I'm going to apply the bronzer, then the blush, and then the highlight. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the Urban Decay Naked Flushed brush, and I'm going to take the angled side, and I am going to lightly kind of dip that in the bronzer. Lightly, circular motion, buff it out into the back of your hairline. So you just kind of like focus on bringing it to the apple of your cheek and just buffing it all the way back like this. But this pigment seems really nice so far. Like, I haven't had to put too much on, and I feel like the pigment is showing up a lot, which seems like it's pretty decent so far, you know? So this is just a little bit of the bronzer on my cheek. I'm gonna go in and add a little bit more because I like a little bit more of a bronzed look. But so far this color is really nice because it's not too orange. It looks like as you kind of blend it, it just like blends into your skin tone and gives you that warmth, but it doesn't give you that orange like red shadow. So I'm just going to kind of go in and dip my brush in a little bit more to see if I could, you know, make it a little bit more dramatic and noticeable. And remember, the biggest thing with your cheeks is it's better to overblend than underblend because you really want your cheeks to be diffused out so there's no harsh edge or line on the face. I swear doing my makeup is like legit the best part of my day because it makes me feel like so creative and it like gets my creative juices flowing. I could literally just sit at home all day and like paint my face and then wash it off and then paint it again and then wash it off. I'm just addicted to makeup. Now I'm going to go ahead and apply some of the bronzer on my forehead and just kind of show you guys how I like to bronze up the forehead area. So usually I just kind of like put it all in this back area here and just buff it out into the hairline like this. And as you can see, I don't have to like blend it too much to get this pigment diffused out. It seems like it just takes a little effort to get this product diffused out like beautifully. I feel like it's the brush that's definitely helping too because this brush feels So soft and so nice. Oh my god, look at that little, see that blob? Watch me blend. Watch this. Let's see how fast I can blend this blob out on my forehead. Yeah. But can you guys see so far how if you look at this side of my forehead, it looks like I have a little bit more of a smaller, like more narrow forehead, as opposed to this side, how you can see how it goes all the way out and kind of pulls back. That is why I love bronzing my forehead, because I have a 5 head. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and apply some blush now, and for the blush, I'm gonna use my Sephora Collection brush number 49. So as you can see, this blush is very, very bubblegummy pink, so I'm gonna apply it very, very, very softly and lightly, because I don't know if it's gonna be super pigmented or if it's gonna be like not pigmented. So I have a little bit on my brush right here. I'm gonna kind of push it on the apple of my cheek on both sides. And then once I get most of the powder off my brush and onto the apples, I'm gonna blend it out. But I'm just kind of placing the blush for now. I'm actually really liking this color. Obviously I haven't blended it a lot yet, but I was expecting it to be too pink and make me look like clownish, but it low-key makes me look like a Barbie, and I like it. And then I'm just going to use more of like a circular buffing motion and just diffuse the blush back into my bronzer. I really should have done this a long time ago, because this freaking blush and bronzer so far is giving me so much life right now. I could just like, I'm getting so much life from it, I just like can't even breathe. Like, look at this. Look at these cheeks. So since I'm not wearing that much makeup, I'm not going to apply any more blush because I don't want my makeup to look too crazy today. But for the highlight, I'm going to go ahead and use the e.l.f. blush brush like this, because I just love the way it's cut. It hugs the apple of your cheeks so perfectly. So I'm going to take a little bit on my brush like this, and then I'm just going to kind of do it right here where the apple of the cheek is. You pretty much want to put it the area that you want to look the highest up. So I don't want this to look high up, because this is where my like contour is supposed to be, and this is where the blush is supposed to be. So you really want to place the highlight just kind of like right in this like socket area right there, and just diffuse it in little circular motions to make sure that it is blended and buffed out to the max. Okay, so this is one side highlighted, this is one side not highlighted. What do you guys think so far? I think the highlight is bomb, because like when I look in the mirrors right here, I see a little bit of that radiant glow right there, but it still looks like semi-natural on the face. It doesn't look like a big like white glow. Okay, so I stopped filming for a second and kind of looked around my house at different mirrors to see how my cheeks look. And honestly, I'm so impressed with them because they look so bomb and so natural. But I'm not gonna lie, I really, really, really want to apply more highlight, because I want to look back at this video and know that everybody in space can see my highlight. Like, I want it to glow to the gods above. So let's add more highlights. Ooh, look at that. Okay, so this is my final face after using this palette. I am honestly super impressed with the pigment quality of this palette. I did not know what to expect using it because I've never swatched it or anything. So I was super impressed with the fact that you don't have to use a lot to get a lot of color on the cheek. And if you look at this pigment right here, it's not even obvious that I used it yet. Obviously I only used it once, but it doesn't even look like dented or anything, so it's good that you don't have to use a lot to get a lot of color on your cheeks. One other thing I want to tell you guys that is really different with this palette as opposed to other palettes is that this palette is not a contour highlight palette. It's pretty much like a cheek accessory palette. Sorry, my nose is like really itching. I always get like itchy sometimes around my nose from my makeup, and it really freaks me out because I want to scratch it, but I don't want to like rub my makeup off, so I like awkwardly try to like go like this and like scratch my nose but not like rub my makeup off. Wait, what was I even talking about? I forgot. Oh my god, brain fart. Oh, okay. So this palette is not a highlight and contour palette, it's more like a cheek accessory palette because you have your bronzer, highlight, and blush. It really doesn't give you an under eye setting color for like your concealer, like the banana shade from Anastasia. And it doesn't have a contour shade, so do not get this expecting to highlight and contour with it because you will still need other products to highlight and contour with. This is just like the final touch accessory cheek palette because you would just apply your bronzer and then a little bit of a highlight and the blush with it. You're not going to want to go into a full-on like contour highlight with this palette, but you can use it in conjunction with other highlight and contour palettes. But yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this little review on the Urban Decay Naked Flushed palette. Let's try this again. I really hope you guys enjoyed this review on the Urban Decay Naked Flush palette. Please leave me some comments below if you guys have requests on any further videos that you guys want to see on my channel. Please make sure you are subscribed to this channel, and you already know to like this video, comment this video, and give it a thumbs up. Share it with your friends and family. And please follow me on all my social media. I will link everything below, or just remember that everything is at Eska. But yeah, until my next video, I will see you later.